Delhi Services Bill is set to be introduced in Parliament any moment now. With me is Aam Aadmi Party Rajya Sabha MP Raghav Chadha. Raghav, please tell us what are your preparations to stall the bill in the Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha. In Lok Sabha, of course, you don't have the numbers. So have you given up on fighting against the bill?
First of all, this is the most undemocratic and illegal piece of legislation that has ever been tabled in Parliament, ever in the history of India's parliamentary democracy. This is against 2 crore people of Delhi, and it is essentially a message by the BJP to the people of Delhi that if you choose a non-BJP government, this is what we'll do to the elected government. We will make that elected government administratively and legally impotent. Second, this is an affront to the Honorable Supreme Court. The majesty of the Supreme Court has been under attack by the BJP, and the way they have overturned the Honorable Supreme Court's unanimous Constitution bench judgment by coming out with this ordinance within hours of the pronouncement of the judgment is an affront to the majesty of the Honorable Supreme Court. And lastly, we have to understand why the BJP has done this. The BJP has come out with an ordinance as brazenly as they have, as unconstitutional and illegal as it is simply because the BJP has failed to form a government in Delhi in the last 25 years. In the last 25 years, elections to elect a chief minister in Delhi have taken place on 6 different occasions. On all 6 different occasions, BJP has lost the election, and particularly after the emergence of Aam Aadmi Party, BJP has lost the election miserably. And from inching close to a halfway mark, they have now been ridiculed to 1, 2 seats or 3 seats or 4 seats in the Delhi Legislative Assembly. So therefore, I think BJP has realized that since they cannot form government in the National Capital Territory of Delhi, it's best to make the government ineffective, to make the government administratively impotent, so that the whole UN cry about politics in Delhi also comes to a quiet close.
You said it's an affront to the majesty of the Honorable Supreme Court, but the Supreme Court has not stayed the ordinance, and in fact it has taken quite a relaxed approach towards the whole challenge of the ordinance in the court of law.
I think it would be improper for us to second guess what the Supreme Court will do in the coming days. One. Number two, Supreme Court in its wisdom has decided that this ordinance involves matters of constitutional import, and therefore it's important that a constitution bench is constituted and that bench hears the matter at length and pronounces its judgment. Let me remind you that the same matter as to who controls the services, that is the transfer posting of officers, the allocation of departments to officers, the disciplinary proceedings against officers, this whole genre of services has been before the Supreme Court on 2 occasions. On both occasions, a constitution bench judgment, a 5-judge constitution bench judgment came out in favor of the Aam Aadmi Party and opposing and clearly saying that what the BJP is attempting to do is illegal and unconstitutional. We have won 2 rounds out of 3. The 3rd round is pending in court. I'm very sure we will in the 3rd round also.
You don't have the numbers in the Rajya Sabha. So is a defeat of the bill imminent?
Well, I wouldn't second guess what will happen in the Rajya Sabha. Let the bill be tabled, let the voting process commence, and let's see who votes and who doesn't vote in the favor or against the bill. I think simply because this bill is so undemocratic, unconstitutional and blatantly illegal, that I feel a lot of people within the BJP are also likely to support this, are likely to oppose this bill and uphold India's constitution, democracy and the federal structure.
There's a meeting, all-party meeting on Manipur, and a delegation has just returned to Delhi after a visit. What is expected in that meeting?
Well, an all-party delegation of the India bloc had gone to Manipur. They have visited several parts of the state, met people, interacted with them, expressed solidarity with them, understood what is actually transpiring in the state. And therefore, I think now, after meeting the people, the stakeholders over there, the administration and the governor of Manipur, they have returned with a full report. The report will be presented to all the MPs and floor leaders of the India bloc in a few minutes when the meeting in the Parliament's chamber begins, and they will brief us, and subsequently what future action India bloc wishes to take and decides to go ahead with will be made known to everyone.
Thank you. So Aam Aadmi Party clearly not giving up on the fight against the bill. Rajya Sabha MP Raghav Chadha says it would be premature to preempt the outcome of voting when it happens in both the houses of parliament. However, it is clear that numbers are not with the India bloc or opposition MPs. With camera person Vikas Kumar in New Delhi, Rupashri Nanda.